God still comes after us. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever struggled with jealousy? Or comparison? You look at someone else's life and think, why do they get the blessing? And I don't? Or maybe it's deeper. Maybe you feel overlooked, rejected, or unseen by God. If you felt that way, you're not alone. Genesis 4 is a story about two brothers, Cain and Abel, and one of the first times in human history where jealousy, anger, and rejection take over someone's heart. But this chapter isn't just about a murder. It's about what God does when our hearts are in a dark place. And how He still comes for us. Even there. 1. God sees not just what we bring, but the heart we bring it with. Genesis 4 tells us Cain and Abel both brought offerings to the Lord. Abel brought the best of his flock. Cain brought some of his crops. And it says God looked with favor on Abel's offering, but not on Cain's. That feels unfair at first glance, right? But the deeper issue wasn't what they brought, it was how they brought it. Hebrews 11:4 tells us Abel offered his gift by faith. Cain's heart, on the other hand, wasn't surrendered. Sometimes we can go through the motions of church, service, or giving, but our hearts aren't in it. God isn't looking for performance. He's looking for honesty, sincerity, faith. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be real. 2. God speaks even when our hearts are angry. After Cain feels rejected, Genesis 4:6-7 says God speaks directly to him. Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, won't you be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. God doesn't punish Cain immediately. He warns him. He engages his heart. He offers a way out. That's grace. When we feel angry, jealous, or overlooked, God doesn't ignore us. He draws near. He asks questions that get to the root of our pain. He's not afraid of your emotions. He wants to walk with you through them. 3. Sin grows when we don't deal with it. Cain doesn't listen to God's warning. Instead, he lets bitterness grow, and eventually, he kills his brother. Genesis 4:8 simply says, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Sin always wants more. It starts in the heart, then moves into action. But remember, this didn't happen in a vacuum. Cain had a choice. When we ignore what's going on inside, anger, resentment, unforgiveness, it doesn't just go away. It grows. And it hurts the people around us. God wants to deal with it before it destroys something, or someone. 4. Even after we mess up, God still seeks us. After Cain kills Abel, God asks him a question, where is your brother? It sounds similar to the question in Genesis 3, where are you? God already knows the answer. But he's trying to reach Cain's heart. Even after the worst sin, God comes closer. He doesn't walk away. Genesis 4:10 says Abel's blood cries out from the ground. There is justice. There are consequences. But even as God sends Cain away, he puts a mark on him, to protect him. Maybe you feel like you've gone too far. Like there's no way back from what you've done. But here's the truth, God still marks you with mercy. He still covers. He still protects. He still comes looking. Genesis 4 is not just a tragedy. It's a window into God's heart. A heart that sees beyond our actions, and longs to heal our motives. A heart that warns us before we fall, and speaks to us even when we do. A heart that brings justice, but still moves with mercy. This is who God is. He is the one who speaks when we're angry. The one who warns when we're tempted. The one who seeks when we've sinned. And He's still doing that today. If your heart is bitter, tired, ashamed, or afraid, God is not pushing you away. He's drawing near, with questions, with kindness, with grace. Because He loves you too much to leave you where you are. You don't have to stay angry. You don't have to stay hidden. You don't have to stay far. God is still working. Still loving. Still calling you back.